Hello, everyone, and welcome back. We're going to be watching Mad Max Fury Road today. Storm here.
Mom here.
Kimmy here.
This has been a big request, especially after we saw Venom and Venom 2.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that have anything to do with Mad Max? Tom Hardy is in this.
And
okay.
the actor. That's what it has a connection with. I was like, is this really like DC?
Wow.
I wanted to make sure you guys knew before we
MC.
watched.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes we just go right into something blind, and even if I know who's in it, I won't say anything and have you guys like watch and be
Okay.
surprised on camera. But since we're on camera anyways, I just wanted to throw that out there because
Okay.
we just saw Venom 2 and we really
I thought
enjoyed
it was
Tom Hardy in
has
that.
to do with
that's right, yeah.
superheroes. Okay.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. No.
So there was a little confusion, which was good though, because when I told Mom and Kim, hey, our poll just went off on our Patreon for movie polls. We have them every week. And everyone voted on Mad Max Fury Road. And Mom thought that was the original Mad Max movie.
Yeah.
I do believe,
too.
yeah, and I do believe there was a Fury Road title for the original Mad Max. I think there's
okay.
3 old movies with Mel Gibson. I think he even created those, like he was the main character and created those movies. I heard they were good. I've seen bits and pieces, I think, of the first one. And Kim mentioned during setup that she saw them a while ago or
I saw
a
him a
couple
long time
movies or
ago with
something.
our brother Kenny, and it was Tina Turner was in it. It was great. It was good.
Yeah.
But that's what But when you said Fury Road, I didn't realize Mad Max was ahead of it, so I had no idea until just now.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Mad Max. Oh,
Oh.
I thought that was the old one. Oh.
Yeah, and then Mom said it sounded familiar. Have you seen parts of it or?
No, I really didn't really watch that. The kids did, but I didn't really watch that. It wasn't my type. No, it's going to have to be.
It's gonna have to be. See how much Mom loves us and loves all of you guys to do this.
Just
Like Mom and
so
Kim
in it.
never used to watch movies or shows. They always did things outside of television, and I know a lot of us do, but you guys just never watched anything,
Yeah,
which
we
is so
did our
fun.
own different
Yes.
things.
Yes, different things like soapies and things like that.
Soapy,
Or-
soap
Or
operas.
Or
Mom
animal
and Kim
pictures or
soapies.
something to do with history or something.
Yeah.
Discoveries,
Yeah, so it's you guys go in pure, which is I love that. We have so much fun on the channel for that, and but yeah, so I'm glad you know a little bit about Mad Max, even if it's just a very little bit. I know we're going to have questions about this. A few of you guys spoke to us and said that you were a little concerned with us not seeing the original movies, and most times we do stay in order with a lot of things that we've seen on the channel, but sometimes we don't get a lot of requests for it, and a lot of people thought that we could watch this as like a standalone movie. So I'm assuming this is more like a reboot or something. Maybe it summarizes what happened, or maybe it's just a fresh start of the same world or something.
Oh, okay.
Right, or different generations or something like that coming back.
Maybe.
I'm assuming that Tom Hardy's character is supposed to be Mel Gibson,
Okay.
but maybe we'll figure that out.
Okay.
Throughout.
It's been so long, I don't even remember the plot for the first one.
I know it's an apocalypse.
Yes, I
Okay,
knew
wow.
that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very
And
sandy.
a lot of vehicles,
Yeah,
a lot of
like
dirt.
Warrior, like
warrior people,
surviving.
crazy outfits.
Yeah.
Not trusting each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, this can be
Does
fun.
that sound familiar?
Well, what are you referencing? I don't know.
Other shows, right?
Other shows.
Yeah, I know. I'm just kidding. Yeah, because we get along really well on
Yeah,
everything.
we don't have
Yeah, so we watch a lot of crazy things on the channel, and a lot of funny and good things too. And I think you guys, well, we'll see while when we watch it, but I think you guys will be okay during this.
Great.
I have
Tom
seen
Hardy.
parts of this, so yeah, we love Tom Hardy. He's great.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I've seen Peacemaker.
Yeah, if you've seen Peacemaker, you can do this,
That's
right?
right.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm like Tom Hardy's not in that, but yeah, no, it's pretty tough. It's pretty tough. Yeah, it's a lot of fun too. So if you
Yeah,
haven't seen
yeah, it is.
Peacemaker,
Yes.
definitely
Yeah,
check
it
it
is.
out.
It's great.
Yeah, a lot of laughs and a lot of shocking moments, right? Mom's
That's
like,
right.
ooh.
For sure.
So we're watching Mad Max Fury Road on HBO Max today, and I believe that came out in 2015. Yes. Ooh.
Wow.
Ew.
Good reflexes. You knew that was coming. See, in
Ew, he eats it.
right on his tail.
Oh my God.
Holy crap.
Holy
Whoa.
crap.
It's a vehicle. It's his whole life.
property of no. What does it say? Universal donor. Oh, negative. Oh God, Kim, you and I have to hide.
Oh my gosh, Kim.
I am Venom.
Is that you?
Don't. They're playing with you. Your mind's playing with you.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Now where?
Oh, they're so
jeez.
pale, like they never get out in the sun.
Yeah. Oh, look at the. Oh my god. Oh my god. Let's go. Oh my
Oh my God, what is it, boiled?
Oh, geez.
Wow.
Oh, that's scary.
A lot of water.
We have pans.
How much can you
Yeah.
take with all that?
Okay.
They all each got probably just a couple drops.
That's right.
Oh.
Whoa.
And mother's milk.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Where is she taking them?
She didn't take them, they begged her to go.
They're all psyched up.
Get your own.
Oh my God.
God.
Oh my God, they're just putting it right through the chain so he just keeps getting it. Who needs
amazing.
a radio? Who needs a
The
stereo?
Oh,
flames.
look at the flame. Whoa.
Pyrotechnics.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God, this
Oh
poor
my
guy.
God.
Oh, oh boy.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Porcupine.
God, I guess so.
Should we turn it round
My God, look at
back up?
A chain! Holy crap!
Oh my God.
Wow.
Oh, look at
Slicing
that.
their tires.
Wow.
She's like, I'm done with you.
Wow.
Whoa.
Driving and then taking that shot.
Holy shit!
That's my head. Oh my God. Whoa.
Jill,
Oh
Jill.
God. Oh my God.
Holy
Whoa.
crap.
Whoa. Oh, gee. Whoa. Whoop.
Wow.
Look at that. Wall of a storm.
Massive sandstorm.
Storm wall.
What have you done?
Whoa. Flamethrower. Wow, he's got
Wow,
blown away.
Yeah.
Oh my God! He's like, I need goggles. Oh my God, he's out there by himself.
Isn't that insane? Look at the tornadoes.
Yeah.
That is crazy. So she's doing anything she can to save those girls in that tank.
Wow.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Another day.
It's crochet.
Wow, jeez.
I tell you. Oh my
There's
God.
no way he lives. Oh my God, he made it. He flippin' made it.
Oh my God.
Son of a bitch. Cut his arm off.
Oh, look at this. Oh my God. Oh, my
That's a lot of weight.
goodness. Oh.
Oh, they're freeing them.
Oh God, with the teeth on it.
Yeah.
It's like water. He's so thirsty.
Whoa, my God.
Come on, guys. He was freaking enslaved.
Oh God.
Oh my God.
Oh, this is his vision.
Whoa!
There she is with that chain.
Wasting all this water now.
Yes.
Ooh, grazed her leg.
Going to the green place.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Oh God,
They're
look at all
getting
that
closer.
Okay.
You want that thing off your face?
Okay, you got a deal.
Whoa.
The one weapon he doesn't know about. Damn.
Oh,
That guy's coming.
I was wondering where he was.
He's still filing away.
Oh my God.
You got more friends.
Yeah, everywhere.
Oh boy.
And who killed the world?
Oh wow.
Let's see. 3 different groups. 4.
Oh no,
Oh,
she's.
this gotta be. Oh boy.
Shh.
Whoa!
Oh jeez.
Boy, she knows her
Oh, my
truck,
God.
doesn't she?
Oh my god! Like a tank.
Oh my God. That is so.
Oh my God, he's-
You're gonna have nightmares tonight.
God.
God, we're so committed, huh?
Wow. Yeah, I guess so.
You burn up your food.
Gun! Give me the gun!
Good. No, come on, baby.
Oh my
No, you're
God,
gonna lose
hurry up,
it.
hurry up,
No.
God, with that.
They're just wild. Crap.
Yeah.
That's a big.
Oh, boy.
Oh, that's a huge
Ooh,
problem.
his hand.
No.
Oh no, the door. Oh, there she goes.
He's gonna stop. No. Did he run her over?
Oh boy.
Yeah, they're not giving up.
Still going.
Wow, yeah.
It's like slow motion.
Incentive.
Don't breathe.
Ear.
Boy.
It's his
Oh,
eyes.
God.
Great shot, but ow, his ear.
Oh my gosh.
What love does to you.
Cosplayers.
It's just because they can't live in the mud. They have to be in
yes,
stilts. Oh, he's just having nightmares.
That's good.
Food is scarce. Gotta do what you gotta do.
Protein.
I like bullets.
That's enough.
I can't wait.
He just stays up there.
Yeah.
Ew. Got his feet.
6 people have put him up.
Well, there he goes again.
He's ready.
Here we go, girls!
That lady.
Yeah, it's his car. Ugh. Ah.
Watch out from behind
That's
you.
Behind you. Yep. It's gonna get it.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
Damn
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, right.
Ouch.
No. No, I threw it in a snare.
No.
Bastard.
No, not grandma. Oh.
Ooh, look his vision.
Yeah,
Ooh,
bro.
he just blew it right out.
No, don't get
gosh,
her.
no,
Oh
oh my
no.
gosh, no.
Oh,
They're overtaken.
Ew, it is in his
Oh
head.
my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Chainsaw
Damn
guy.
Chainsaw.
Oh,
Oh, that was fun.
nice catch.
Oh, wow.
Holy
He
crap,
got
ew,
it.
show me
Oh,
the
yeah.
Shoot your brother. Come on, don't snatch him up. Oh, he's gonna get
Come on. Oh,
Keays-Byrne.
jeez.
silence him.
Whoop. Oh my god.
No. No.
Oh,
No.
no, my god.
No.
Oh,
Oh, not in her
no,
gut.
Come on. Oh, ooh.
Oh.
No.
Wow.
Oh,
Ah, the guitar.
yeah.
Drained all the blood.
He's a universal donor. He still has his stuff.
He's not very immortal anymore. One monster had all that control.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Maybe they could start growing things there with all the water.
yeah.
Where must we go? We who wander this wasteland in search of our better selves.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah, that was.
That was a good movie.
That was intense all the way through, right?
It was.
My God.
That was one long Fury Road.
That's
Yeah.
for sure.
The whole movie was pretty much a chase scene.
That's right.
It was like from all angles, not just
Oh,
from
my
behind.
goodness.
She had him from everywhere.
Everywhere. That's
Mm-hmm.
right. Wow.
That Joe guy, I mean, he had everything,
Mm-hmm.
everything. Wives,
Well, he had all the control because he had the water.
everything.
That's right.
Yeah,
You know, and the oil, it
Yes,
seems.
all
I mean, they
the
had a Gas
Exactly.
Town and Bullet Town or something,
That's
but does he control that too? And it's just like a sub part of
he
his
must have
land?
because
Yeah.
those clans came out from those cities
Okay,
as
yeah.
well.
And they seem related or something because they're
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
brothers and.
Right, calling them all dad. All of
That's
them
right,
are calling
my
him
gosh.
dad, and
Mm-hmm.
man, and
boy,
when
I'll tell
Furiosa
you.
got off the path, they were like, okay, she's doing something else. She's going rogue.
Isn't
That's
that
right,
crazy
my God,
though?
yeah.
I mean, from the start, we didn't know what was going on. Like, I
Yeah.
kind of did because I've seen parts of this before, but you guys had no clue.
No.
And I was guessing the first time I watched it, saying, like, all right, what is she doing? Maybe she does have an alternate plan for Joe, but
That's what I
maybe
thought.
not.
She was doing
Yeah.
something for him, hidden, that the others didn't know about.
Yeah. And how she would just tell the others like what was going on, and they just kept calling her boss, and they just trusted her blindly, I guess, because she was respected and did things like this in the past, but this is the first time she went rogue.
Well, yeah,
So they
she's-
just said, okay, boss, whatever you need.
Yeah.
For a while. It lasted for a
Yeah,
while
it did.
until they started seeing the other markers and signals
yeah.
of other clans joining in these war parties.
Yeah, saying
Wow,
this
so
isn't
yeah.
cool. She's,
Wow.
And then when we found out that the brides were there, then it was like, okay,
Yeah.
she's taking them away from that guy.
That's
How
right, my
sick is
God.
that? I mean,
Yeah.
So-
everything's in ruin. There's no civilization anymore, and it's survival of the fittest. Here you have this tyrant leader who doesn't give a crap about his people,
Of
and it's
course
all
he
about control. He's all diseased. I mean, even
he
to
is.
have contraptions to keep him alive, like a breathing apparatus, and he makes it into a scary skull with these
Yeah.
huge teeth just to still look intimidating, to look so
Right,
powerful
definitely,
and
yeah.
disgusting. And then he has these beautiful wives that he probably kidnapped.
Oh,
Right,
sure he
just
did.
like he probably kidnapped her as well because was stolen from
Furiosa.
Furiosa.
Yeah,
She was
yeah.
stolen as well. She was
Mhm.
taken
Something.
from her.
And she was
everything that
branded
knew.
in the back too,
And she
right?
was young,
was,
yeah.
yes,
So she was
definitely.
probably one of his first wives,
Oh, jeez.
Ah,
and
sick.
then
Oh, my
entrusted
God.
into doing other things for him.
You know, that could be a
God.
possibility.
Yeah,
I mean, he had a ton of kids, and how selfish because he wants to have a pure line. And a lot of his subjects were also diseased and unhealthy, and, you know, don't get used to water, he's saying, because there isn't a lot of it. But apparently he has a lot when he would pour it
Yes,
out. I
yeah,
mean, who
right.
knows how big the reservoir is underground. But, you know, he keeps them, you know, only on death's door, I guess.
Yes, he just
Yes,
keeps
he
them
said-
at bay,
yeah,
just
yeah.
enough to make them need him.
Yeah.
I tell you.
And I still say one of the people below is a lot healthier off than he is, you know, and yet he needs to breed to have his bloodline continue on. So it's like such a
That's
selfish
awful.
thing
That's
that
right.
he just rapes
God.
these women.
Yeah, and the
Makes
poor
them his
war
property.
boys are just as bad. I mean, they look like they're just so pale. They haven't been out at all. They
Definitely,
just
yeah,
work,
yeah.
work for him, and just it's incredible how they worship him as well.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you saw Nux. I mean, he was just.
I like Nux.
Yeah, he was
Witness
just
me,
so
that was so
promised to go to
sad.
Valhalla. That was
Yeah.
his goal. Do anything he
right.
can to get his attention.
Gosh.
I really liked his character, and we love Nicholas Hoult. We know him from a few movies, but mainly X-Men. He was Beast, and we know him
Yes.
from Warm Bodies, and he played R.
Okay.
I loved him in that role. Yeah, he was fun. And in this role, it was very dynamic. I mean, there was great character development for him because here you have these people called half-lives, right?
Right.
And what does that even mean? And okay, well, maybe because they are sick, maybe because they believe so much in Joe and their religion that they want to go to Valhalla, that working for him, because they were all grouped together, maybe because they can't see sunlight or something, they're all white, super pale, but I also think there was makeup powdered on them.
Yeah, like
Of course,
salt
special
or
effects,
something
but-
like that. Something that was
But-
powdery.
yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know if it was like a warrior paint
Yeah,
or something,
because
but
even Joe had it. He was
Yeah.
you're
all
right, for the
like, it was
boils, yeah.
boily.
So maybe that helps calm. Maybe they all have the same disease or something. And here, like, he's only taught that Joe is like their god. He was going to
right, yeah.
guide them to Valhalla.
Yeah,
And
worship
he,
him.
if he notices you, like, that's such a major thing. So just seeing Nux and the people around him like him, you know, everyone's just so pumped up for battle. So maybe the half-life means that they're suicidal because they want to protect and do whatever Joe wants. That witness me, you know, that gets everyone like, yeah, he's going to kill himself, but do something major going out
He's
to
gonna
destroy
do it
the
for us,
enemy,
yeah.
and I'll be a hero. And they believe that they'll go to Valhalla, but I live,
yeah.
I die, I live again. So maybe living in Valhalla or something.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a scary notion, because then you are very willing to just die for whatever your, you know, leader wants. I mean,
Exactly.
Wow.
Nothing
So
to lose.
basically, you're all enslaved to
That's
this
right,
one person,
definitely, yeah.
this
Yeah.
one man.
Yeah.
so it's very sad to see
it
that.
is
I mean,
sad,
that's how
yeah.
brainwashed everyone is. They just fully believe in this one man who does not give a crap about his people. And it was sad to see Nux go from, you know, getting so excited seeing his, you know, mentor, seeing this, you know, this idolized
Yeah.
person, and then being embarrassed because he failed 3 times, and he didn't even care. Joe was like, mediocre.
mediocre.
That's right.
And you know,
Yeah,
he just sidestepped. You know, his chain just got caught, but it was like his moment to shine, and he,
my
you
God.
know, in Joe's eyes, he failed.
Yeah, because he's like, right away he was so clumsy, he's not going to make it, whatever. Like, he didn't even care at all. So for him to go from, I'm a failure, and 3 times he ended up on that rig,
Yes.
you know? So that was incredible. Like, every time I was like, how the heck does he get back on that rig? Like, I was
my
just
God.
thinking, because I knew he got back on
It is,
there.
and
Yeah.
and you have to remember. I mean, Max was giving him blood, so he was already so sick to begin
That's
with.
right.
And plus, Max too, all that he did,
Well,
Yeah,
look at
because he was giving the
universal-
blood. So
Universal
That's why
donor.
he couldn't talk a lot
That's
in this,
right.
because he had to
Okay.
reserve his energy.
Oh,
No,
that's
I'm
right.
kidding.
I know.
But, yeah.
to get him
I
off
mean,
that damn mask. Poor
Oh,
Max,
boy,
he
that-
went through hell.
yes. Well, with that file, he kept trying to get. Finally
I
got
know,
it
it's like
off,
gonna be
and
a
he
thing the
said,
whole
"We're gonna
movie."
get it off."
Yeah, everything was just so dirty and nasty
Oh,
and scary.
gross.
And then here
Just
you have
gross.
these funny moments, and he's just grunting and pointing the gun and being like, making gestures to be like, take care of this, cut this up. And yeah, that gave me anxiety, of course, with the cage around him, and trying to like use the file or
And that
something
long
to get
chain,
it off.
and do you
That's right.
believe the
My
girls?
gosh,
Do you?
yeah.
I kind of did believe that they were going to be okay, but I had my eye on Furiosa. I knew she was going to try to do something to Max, but in the end, I mean, they worked beautifully. It looked like
did.
they just fell
And
in
he
love.
saved her too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of wanted more there for them, but I think it worked
Yeah.
out really
Yeah,
well
yeah.
for the movie.
Yes.
I didn't want
agree.
him to leave, but Max seems like that kind of guy where he's more of a loner now. So he helped out people. He does still care, but this world changes you completely.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
And we see his past. We saw flashes of his past. I'm assuming it's the same Max as Mel Gibson in those older movies. And we saw flashes of a child that said "Pa" at one point. So his kid got ran over. We saw in a vision, or like all the vehicles coming over him. And then the visions he was having, like he was actually having these signs trying to protect him when the child like quickly threw the hand up, and then Max put his hand like this. And then that's when the arrow hit him, when he was actually fighting. So that was kind of neat to see.
was.
And it was even embedded still in his skull a little
yeah,
bit. But
I
it
know.
didn't
Goodness.
go all the way through, thank goodness. But woo! Woo, yeah, so I think it was a pretty incredible movie. And
Wow.
them to go all the way back. I mean, I know you guys were hoping for the green place, right? Like we
That's
were
right,
hoping
yeah.
to
I was
see.
hoping at least for, symbolically it would be the green place,
That's
somewhere
right,
that
yeah.
they can be safe.
Say.
It was a safe place, not
Yeah.
so much,
Yeah.
green and euphoric, but at least just safe.
Yeah.
And it was just so sad to see Furiosa just break down like that and
That's
just
right, yeah.
say, It's not even here, and this is all. These are the only people we have left.
It's such a shame.
And that's the hard thing, because I definitely want to hope. I think that's a very powerful thing. But Max is like, don't do that because it'll drive you crazy. How do you say, like, if you can't fix it, you know?
Right.
It's going to drive you crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
If you can't fix it, don't even bother, because it's true. I mean, he has to, like with himself, he has all these, flashbacks of what happened to himself, and he's just letting it happen because it's not going to do, he can't do anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
And same with her. She can't do anything about, the green place. So she can't, you have to go back because there's nothing forward. 160 days, he's right. All you're going to see is salt.
I mean, even though you have like these great bikes and they can travel for a long time, you're probably driving to your death because, the rumor has it. I mean, hopefully there is something out there too. But right now, and I believe that with Max, I mean, it sucks they lost so many people on the way back, but that's the only place they know for sure that has so much water. It actually has green growing on the mountains, and you have a whole garden like inside. You have a bunch of produce, and so look how well his wives were doing in there. I mean, hopefully they can spread the love of the people now. Hopefully, I mean, people won't have as much food, like the higher up people, but at least you can share and probably grow more if the soil's okay.
Teach everyone and have them have their own crops. I mean, eventually it's going to take years, but
that's right. And the old lady had all those seeds.
Yeah,
that's right.
So,
and that gave the other girls incentive to plant them, I'm sure.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And the reason why I have hope that the soil is better there is because we see growth. And that's so sad to hear, like the earth is dying because humans did so many bad things to the earth. And I guess like warfare, you have like these bombs going off and, so oil goes first, and then there's the water wars they were talking about. So we're depleting all these things that we need. And over however long, like however far in the future this is, we keep hearing the earth is sour, and that's just so sad to hear that, like a simple phrase, and it's terrifying. I'm like, oh my God, like, this place where the crows was once abundant with crops and green, and it was just beautiful, and they don't have that anymore because it turned sour. So to have that hope to go back, I thought that was great for the story, because the first time I heard that, I was like, wait, what? You're going to attempt that? I mean,
go back there to that citadel.
Yeah, and we know the people like stand by Joe no matter what, and that's how it goes, I guess. Survival of the fittest, and they killed Joe, and the main group of people below were like, what they do, rip them apart. They still all belong, just taking your hearts and limbs and stuff. And luckily it was easy enough for them to be accepted and go up. I mean, heck, that's like the best ending you could hope for.
And it worked out perfect because Joe was out of there, so he was trying as fast as he could to go back to him. And beat them.
I'm wondering what's going to happen with this other kids now, like that one that was in a chair looking with the telescope, and then you had the other Half-Life kids like looking at him. He was kind of like awkward, so I'm like, you might get booted out of there. I don't know.
I think they're going to be okay with him being gone.
I think so too.
I really do. I think they were all under his thumb, and they didn't want that. They truly didn't want that.
Yeah. Now, I got to tell you, this movie is so different, and I'm sure it has a lot of elements from the old Mad Max movies. I love the different machines, like the different vehicles, the trucks.
Crazy fun to see.
Like these buggies and Jeeps and cars that have like tank parts on them, and
a truck in the back end of something.
Yes, that's right. 2 cars at the end of the truck.
Yeah, I was gonna say like have like 2 cars or the cab parts or something like piled on top of each other and just welded back together, and then you have like these really interesting, intricate designs of their main emblem with the skull, like inside the truck. So you have these finer details, these huge clunky details, and just aggressive and dirty and just insanely good in how they did that. It just looks so rugged and terrifying with all the spikes and
look what they did to Max's car like that,
And I think that has reference to probably Mel Gibson's character's car, because that's probably the car he used to have. I'm just assuming because they kept making such a big deal out of that and this. Like, my car, now they're using my freaking car.
I was thinking, every time I looked at that porcupine, I kept saying porcupine car.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that was a good defense mechanism.
Yeah, and even though it's so crazy and exaggerated, it makes you think this is how bad this world is. I mean, look how far they've come to adapt and have all these insane weapons and these big rods that they just like, they're like acrobats out in a circus.
That's all I could think of too. Was exactly that.
But they call them the polars. They just said the poles or something, and those people like would just come in and just bend and grab people, and it was just all like,
and it worked.
In sync.
They grabbed one of the brides.
It was insanely well done, and to see all those spikes, it really makes you think like they have all this figured out. Like in the desert, you have to have vehicles like that to survive.
That's right.
You know, you can't have just a few spikes, and even the tires had spikes, the back of the truck had spikes, and guns on the outside protected by those skulls, so it was like hidden like it was decor. And when Furiosa hit that in the beginning when she was fighting Max, a lot of good fight scenes too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was great.
Wow.
She was phenomenal.
She was.
Wow. I loved her and Max fighting together, like you were saying before, Kim, because like once they got along and understood each other and started to respect each other, then they were like boom, 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 and fighting, and just you'd see them in the same shot, just fighting and like switching sides. And I just thought that was so cool, and then like switching weapons and. Wow. Yeah, a lot of cool fight scenes and very creative, I have to say. I mean, you have a whole chase scene almost all the way through.
Oh my gosh.
And it's all different all the time. Like, it's all like, oh my God.
And then, okay, we have to go back. And then go all the way back.
Yeah, it was sad that we lost so many people because I heard you guys get excited with the older ladies helping out. And, you know, it's just so brutal. I mean.
Yeah, and they were ready. They were like, let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
The older woman who got hit by the chainsaw, that was so heartbreaking. I mean, like, all of it was sad, but just the scenes with her and her clutching, and you see the blood, you hear the chainsaw, you see the action, but you don't see exactly the outcome right away. And she looks like terrified, or just like she knows she's gone, and she just wants to hold her seeds, and she's smiling. And I mean, that was hard for me. That was really sad. And how do you feel about Furiosa? Do you think she was going to die at the end?
I thought she was going to die at the end.
I did too.
I really did.
I did, because she looked like she
that was fatal, just getting stabbed first.
I thought she was going to die right after she killed Joe. I thought, okay. And she would be satisfied, yes. She would be satisfied after that.
Like redemption.
Yeah.
Ooh, what a way to die too, Joe. That was a terrible death, but he is an awful person anyway, so yuck.
And his gruesome brother. Ugh.
God.
The guy with the nose, the thing on his nose with the big legs. Like,
yeah. He didn't care. He even killed him. He just like, it was just shooting him, shot him right in the eye. He didn't care. Just shows you, like, no, if you're family or not. It's like, if you can't really help me anymore. He was just so desperate at that moment, just so angry to.
Oh, yeah. Like, wow. He was so ruthless, even with one of his brides, the one that was pregnant, that was his sweetheart. I mean, when she's just hanging out there, that's my property. You know, that's all he thinks about.
Yeah, that's all he cares about. He just wants to spread his, you know, seed, and he wants healthy humans, because all he's been having is like these sick, deformed kids, and you know, he doesn't want that. He wants, you know, pure people. And I'm like, maybe you're just not meant to bring that. He's just so evil.
You get the hint what the common denominator is.
Oh my God,
you know, yeah, right. But that it was so great for that though, because it was so disgusting, and I think I was wincing a lot during this because I just feel tense up in my forehead and my
too, because I must be.
Oh, but I have to say, I love the chase scenes with all the groups coming together, and then you have like that guy playing guitar, like the guitar, and
that was
all the way through. He never stopped, and even slowing down. So it was like epic and like funny at the same time, and it's kind of like when you have you know, groups rally together, whether it's for sports or war, you know, and people have the drums and everything, and that's what they do. They have the drums, they have the guitar, and that keeps them going. Like, they're just crazy pumped, and Jeff, bring it on, we'll live again, Valhalla, and it's so dangerous and successful to be like that.
God, yeah.
You just plow anyone out of your way, just roll them right over.
Wow.
And the boys, they were just completely for Joe and his cause, and they just blindly just did whatever he said without question.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, isn't that crazy thinking Half-Life and then they called Max Full Life and saying that, I'm guessing because he's not sick and he was a universal donor. I don't know how they would have tests to do that, but they knew. And to use people like that, and then they're like blood bags, and you can
it's just a blood bag. And they had him hanging in the front of the car initially. Max did.
I know. I wonder if they do that now and again, if that was like a rare sight or something, but. Yeah, woo! But again, it was so original to me. I was like,
it was. I mean, they took the blood, they took the line and just wove it right through the chain, right to get to Nux. I was like, oh my god!
Yeah, everything thought through.
That is.
Oh my God.
Another fun thing that I did like is I like the Citadel with how high up the main like kingdom was, and then you had these like tunnels in there with these heavy doors. Like, did they build that after the fact? Because I guess so, because they did all these machines, these vehicles and stuff like that, and they have this huge platform and then these big gears.
Must have been all the people, all the war boys did them, I'm sure.
Yeah, isn't that insane? Like, I just love the, you know, the strangeness of it.
Yeah, it's just so industrial. You know,
that's for sure.
And massive and extreme. And
that
just
big gear and all the people on the ledges and they're walking up.
Like, oh, Larry fell off today, so now George, you're up.
Watch out and go backwards.
Yeah, I know, it'd be me. Hey, whoa, fresh air. Oh, squirrel. Are the squirrels up here?
Oh, my God.
So just randomly thinking of stuff. But another sad thing was hearing, what that thing over there? Oh, you mean the tree? Because that was the only tree we saw, right? I don't think we saw any other trees.
That's right.
That's right.
And the girls knew because they probably had access to books or something because they were Joe's, bride. So they had more things to, than the common person did.
And that one girl, you notice, she took off her chastity. It looks like a chastity
I know, and it was evil looking with teeth on it, right?
Yes.
Like, almost making it, like, not only are you my property, but making that, like, evil.
Yeah.
Like, making it super negative and just aggressive. And the
The
design was cool. I mean, like, everything in this was just so creepy and angry.
Far out. That's what I can say.
And then the music on top of that with a heavy bass. I was thinking, like, ooh, this music I could work out to. That'd be great. Start wrestling. And I'm just kidding. So, guys, please let us know what you thought of this movie. I did hear some reviews, like, very short from friends and stuff, and mixed reviews about it. But overall, I liked it. Yes, the story might have been simplified. I thought it was fun. Like, yes, it was a big chase scene, but I liked everything about it. The cinematography was just amazing. The special effects, I just love. The sandstorm, hands down. Like,
that
I was,
was tremendous.
Wow. That was really...
Hopefully that never happens in the future. But like how bad things got. I mean, like, weather changes, the earth changes when it starts to lose its main resources. And then they have like this big sandstorm with tornadoes inside, and they're so strong that they just demolish anything that touches it. It's just insane.
And Max was covered in it, and I was wondering about his lungs because you
it's face down,
and he had no goggles the whole time.
Yeah, I know. He was lucky that he was moved when he was, when the guy pulled him off and put him in the back of the vehicle, because if he was in the front, I think he would have been blinded by that. So that was good.
Sure.
And I also wanted to mention that Slit, I think his name was, who was the main guy that was with Nux in the beginning. That was him at towards the end when Nux was blowing the gas back into the engine or whatever, and making it go off. And he's like, "You're a traitor." He
was on the car.
I think that was him. I think it was him.
With the shots of the ketchup bottles.
I know, and they were just going crazy. He was just so excited and pumped. Like, it doesn't matter about your health. They don't care about that stuff. They're like, we're not going to live long anyways. We're here for Valhalla and Joe. And, and then there was one other thing I wanted to say is the detailing is great in this. I was trying to, look at all the finer details around. And a lot of the vehicles, because they belong to certain people, were very personalized. And they had, names on them, or they had certain objects on them to make it more... matching that person's personality. And with Nux, I just noticed that it had Nux on the gas pedal or the brake pedal. Yeah, I noticed that early on. I was like, it says Nux on there. I'm like, okay.
and that makes sense with the steering wheels.
I was going to say the steering wheels. They
all look different. They're all unique.
They have their own steering wheels.
It's like a huge privilege to have that.
They were fighting over, I drive today, or I drive.
Yeah, and then they both got excited. They started yelling, but then they were in for the same thing. So it's like, all right, cool. And they respected it. It was kind of neat, So Nicholas Hoult was awesome. I love Charlize Theron. Like, she is in a few movies. I right now can't think of anything we've seen her in on the channel, but she is in A Million Ways to Die in the West, and I really want you guys to see that at some point. And we don't get many requests for that, so it probably would be a low underdog request. But that movie I really love. That's like my, I don't say guilty pleasure because it's still really funny. Like, you know, but that would be funny if you saw her in that because she's so different. Yeah. She looks so different in that.
I've seen her, normally, and she's just so glamorous. Mm-hmm. She's just a classic actress. Look, that look.
Yeah. I loved her look in this, but oh my God, so different.
She
it's
was
crazy.
Phenomenal in this.
Mm-hmm.
Phenomenal.
And then Tom Hardy, amazing.
Yes.
His voice so different. Man, a few words, and I couldn't hear him as as Eddie Brock.
No,
that's right. He's just so different there, so it was perfect. I love acting that way. It just shows when you're diverse that it's pretty cool to see you play different characters and you can believe them as that character.
You can. I mean, because I was completely floored by his character. He almost had like a British accent almost. Like a different, it was completely different. Well, between the grunting and stuff, but.
Yeah, I like that. And we'll see if they make a sequel. I don't know if there's any. I haven't looked it up, and I'm sure you guys will let us know. So thank you, because thank you for requesting this. And we'll see if we get any requests for future ones, or even the originals.
Okay.
Yeah, the original would be fun
I think
too.
they said a Max 2, wasn't there?
I know there's I'm pretty sure it's a trilogy, the old Mad Max.
Okay.
I think there's 3 older movies, but there could be other ones too. There could be side movies. There could be a new one coming out, but I don't know. Mom watches Good Morning America, so unless they said something on there that you've seen.
No, I saw on the listing here.
Okay,
Someplace.
We're watching an HBO Max, so maybe a different Mad Max showed up before as a thumbnail or something. But who knows? So it's up to you guys. We have links below if you want to check out our Patreon. You can request there, and you can also vote on what movie or show we're going to be watching next. We have movie polls every Monday. So thanks for watching, guys.
Yes,
Until next time, this was very enjoyable. Have a great day.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Valhalla.
Subscribe.
Witness me. Witness me.